Today, we'll be talking about entrepreneur. What are entrepreneurs? Who are they? We'll be looking at our lesson objectives, which will be looking at the definition of entrepreneurs. You will be identifying a couple of entrepreneurs as well as their characteristics. Last but not least, we'll be looking at the role of entrepreneurs in economic development. Now, what is an entrepreneur? Write down on your paper what do you think an entrepreneur is. You have 1 minute. You can pause the video if you need more time. Now, what is an entrepreneur? The definition of an entrepreneur by Fred Wimbley is that it is the art of turning entrepreneurship is the art of turning an idea into a business. That means entrepreneurs are innovators. Now, what might innovator be? An innovator is someone who creates an idea and true problem solving. Now, an entrepreneur is driven by passion and creativity. So this is where the creative side comes out. It's a person who can identify opportunities and generates innovative ideas. Someone who takes on risk and is resilient in bringing ideas to life. Now we will be looking at an activity called Name the Entrepreneurs. In the next slide, you will see 10 entrepreneurs. You'll be given 2 minutes to finish naming all of them. Make sure you write their names on the slide, as well as the companies or organizations that they might have started. These are the entrepreneurs. Now, like I said, if you need more time, feel free to pause the video. You have 2 minutes to write down their names and the organization or companies that they have started. If you need more time, please pause the video. Now, I'm sure that you might have TikTok. If you have TikTok, you would know the first guy. He is the founder of TikTok. His name is Zhang Yiming. Next, you would know Bill Gates, who started Microsoft. He is the leader that pushed forward the technology for Microsoft 365 that we know today, as well as computers. Next, we have Mark Zuckerberg. He started out Facebook, and I'm sure everyone's using Facebook nowadays. Now, you would be familiar with Elon Musk, but for those of you that think that he founded Tesla, you are wrong. He actually founded a company called X.com, which is now known as PayPal. Next is Richard Branson. He's founded the Virgin Group. Now, on the bottom row, we have the founder of Minecraft. He was a one-man show that started the big game, Marcus Persson. And after that, we have Kevin Systrom, who started Instagram. Now, you would know Kylie Jenner as one of the Jenner sisters. However, she's not only an actress but an entrepreneur. She ventured out with Kylie Cosmetics. And second last, we have Jeff Bezos, who started out Amazon and is worth billions today. And last but not least, we have Melanie, who started Canva. How many of these did you get correct? Were you surprised at some of them? Next, we will be looking at what is an idea. Now, to be an entrepreneur, an idea could be a service or a product to meet a current problem. Now, a product can come in two types. It could be an app or a form of technology. Now, I would like you to problem solve. In your piece of paper, you have to identify or find 5 products or services that you use every day. Now think of what problem for each product or services. Write down the problem that the product or service is solving. So for example, if I use one of the products that I use is shampoo. We all use shampoo every day. Now, what sort of problem is that trying to solve? We could say that it's hygiene. Now, you have 5 minutes to complete this task. If you need more time, please pause the video. Now, for the next part, we will be splitting up into groups. We are going to study an entrepreneur in our groups. What are we doing during this time? So we will be researching in our groups and completing an activity sheet. At the end of 10 minutes, we will be reporting and sharing with other groups what we have found about our entrepreneur. Now you may choose an entrepreneur from the list that we went through before. What are some entrepreneur traits that entrepreneurs might have? Now they are resilient. Why are they resilient? They are resilient as they have to go through a lot of hurdles, a lot of problems, trying to push the product or trying to get the idea to work. They have to be creative. They have to think of different ways to come up with a new product or a service. They have to be innovative and decisive. They need to know when to make the right decisions. They have to be cost efficient to make sure that they're not spending too much money. They need to have strong communication skills, flexible, adaptable, a risk taker, a problem solver. They need to be persistent and have self-confidence. They are always visionaries, thinking ahead, and they are self-motivated. They would also be down to earth and, most important of all, good leaders. Now, what is the important role of entrepreneurs in economic development? How do they contribute to the economy? The role of entrepreneurs, first of all, is innovation. So by coming up with an idea, a creative idea, they push a product to market. And from there, that helps to open up and create jobs and help to create wealth. So by creating jobs for people, it distributes money by paying these people. And the money is therefore distributed towards the area. Now, when entrepreneurs set up new innovation, it creates competition with current businesses. One example was, I'm sure some of you would have heard of the airline company Bonza. So Bonza was targeting cheaper airfares compared to budget airlines such as Jetstar or Virgin. So when Bonza came into the market, it increased the competition with other airlines. Now, what is another one that it helps out with is regional development. Now, what does regional development mean? It helps the infrastructure by building a company in the area. For example, if an entrepreneur builds up a company on the Sunshine Coast, it helps to develop the area. So there might be increased infrastructure because of the wealth distribution from the jobs that it's distributing to people in the area by employing them. Now, at this point of time, if you have any questions, please put your hand up. Now, that is all you have. Congratulations, you have completed the PowerPoint for the lesson today.